If you want a simple, effective, full body workout that you can do anywhere, this is a really good way to go. So, this is my 4x4 method, and it's really simple. All we're doing is we're choosing four exercises: a push, a pull, a core exercise, and a leg exercise. And we're going to spend 4 minutes accumulating as many good sets as we can on each exercise. So, starting with push ups, we're working chest, triceps, shoulders, and core stability. You want to have your hands just outside shoulder width, body in a nice rigid straight line, and keep your elbows flared out to around about a 45-degree angle. Now, if you're just starting out and you're not quite up to doing full push ups yet, then that's fine. Just drop down to your knees and do kneeling push ups instead. So, why are we doing a 4 minute time block instead of more traditional sets and reps? Well, it's really just to keep this time sensitive. So, when you do traditional sets and reps, like 3 sets of 10, for example, with 90-second breaks in between, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a very good way of training. But the issue is, if you're not really strict with those timings, it's easy to turn a 20-minute workout into a 25, 30-minute workout. So instead, when we give ourselves 4 minutes to get as many good, effective sets done close to failure as we can, with quite short rest periods in between, maybe 15 to 30 seconds, what we do is we guarantee that we're going to get a good, decent amount of effective volume done in a very short amount of time. All right, moving on to our pulling exercise. This is a back extension with overhead pull. Now, this is going to target your upper back, rear delts, and spinal erectors. So, this is really good for strengthening those postural muscles that get weak and tight from hours and hours of sitting down. So, you want to think about lifting your chest up off the ground as high as you can and pulling those elbows back as far as you can. Now, this isn't going to get you on stage at a bodybuilding competition, but if your goals are more than just aesthetics and you care more about building a strong, capable, pain free body that's going to last well into your old age, exercises like this are really good. All right, moving on to our core exercise now. And this is going to be an extended plank. Really, really good for developing huge amounts of core strength with the added benefit of improving shoulder stability as well. So, to do this, you want to start in a push up position, and whilst keeping your arms extended, walk your hands out as far as you can whilst maintaining that slight round in the spine. Now, this is quite an advanced exercise, so feel free to scale it to your own abilities. You can either move your hands a little bit closer to your torso, or in the same way that we regress the push up, just do it from your knees instead. Now, a lot of people neglect core training because they think it's all about just building a six pack, but I disagree. Instead, if you think about your core muscles as kind of a belt supporting your spine, it makes sense to strengthen that from different positions. So, including exercises like this one, the extended plank and side planks and reverse planks, it's a really good way to protect your back from injuries. Okay, last exercise is going to be toe squats. Really, really good for building endurance in the quads and building strong, resilient knees. So this is just like a standard squat, but instead of keeping our heels on the ground, we're actually raising up onto our toes to allow for full knee flexion. And we want to try and do these as constant tension reps. So what that means is, instead of coming all the way up and locking our knees out at the top of the rep, we're going to keep a slight bend in the knee. Now, that slight bend keeps tension on the muscles throughout the entire set, which makes it much more challenging. Now, a lot of people are going to say that the only way to effectively train your legs is with really heavy weights, but I disagree. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do heavy training for your legs, because I do heavy training for my legs too, but your legs are also built for endurance. So it makes sense to train them that way. And doing really high rep, constant tension bodyweight squats is a really good way to train them. All right, so there you go. Full body workout done in less than 20 minutes with no equipment. So I hope you found that useful. If you have any questions, then by all means drop them in the comments, and I'll hope to see you next time.